Like they couldn't control him, so they just let him be Jean-Claude.
There was a stud cast here. You had Jean-Claude Van Damme, Raul Julia, Kylie Minogue, right? And there's a lot of like pretty big name people in this movie.
Andrew Bernowski.
Right. I mean, it goes on, right? And
Kylie Minogue. It was an amazing cast.
So how, number one, and this is from Mark the Cyborg over on Twitter. He says, how did anyone get any work done over on set with both Ming-Na Wen and Kylie Minogue walking around?
It's true. It's true. We had...
And I think also that something that's come out over the years is that this was a time in Jean-Claude Van Damme's life and career where he talked about he was just doing insane amount of drugs, right? And he said publicly that in this movie he was like coked out of his mind, right? Did you see any of that stuff on set? And what were your interactions with JCVD? And no, I would just love to hear all that.
Before I did this movie, I knew Jean-Claude. I had done a little short with him where I was the villain in his little short he had shot. So I was aware of him. And so when I was cast, there was nothing to do. He didn't know I was in the movie. So definitely it's true what you heard. This was, first of all, it was the highest payday for him. They paid him like, I think, $7 million for 6.5 weeks. And it's one of his highest grossing movies to date. I think Time Cop might be the highest, but this is definitely in the top 2 for him. And yeah, he was basically out of control. And we had a lot of colorful moments. I mean, sometimes he would direct, sometimes he would not, he was almost flirtatious. He got into trouble by he was just literally like the word you used is control. Out of control was the thing. Like they couldn't control him, so they just let him be Jean-Claude, and it was quite fascinating that he managed to pull it off because it was literally like he would show up on the set. You didn't know if it was still from last night or is he still okay, but he managed to like perform what he had to do. So he was a professional in that sense. But I got along with him. He was a fun guy. Jean-Claude still is to this day when I see him. He's a fun guy. He was like, as I said, that was like the height of his career, and he was totally like, as he admitted afterwards, he was basically totally out of control when he was doing it.
If you enjoyed that clip, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Would greatly appreciate that so you can find more clips on the channel. And of course, come join us live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time for our live Side Scrollers podcast. We would love to see you there.